Alrighty, Brewers! Matt, you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Judges, let's do this.
Nice to meet you, Kendra. Nice to meet you. You too. Everyone comfortable? Hey, Judge, you ready? Excellent. Can we start the music? Thank you. All right, let's do it. Time. Hello, judges. My name is Matt Brosinski. I'm here with Blanchard's Coffee out of Richmond, Virginia. I'd love to begin by taking a moment to express how thankful I am for your time today. Over the next few moments, I'm by serving each of you an exceptional cup of coffee that demonstrates how passion and excellence at every level of the coffee value chain can create a cup that pushes the limits of coffee quality. Now, this cup is formed by my personal journey through the coffee industry. Coffee has been my passion, as well as my job, for the majority of my professional career. During this time, I've served in a variety of roles, including barista work, equipment tech, and most recently, coffee roasting. Each of these roles have impacted how I see and interact with coffee in profound ways that have informed how I'll be brewing a coffee today. Now, judges, before we get too far along, I'd love to tell you a little bit more about what you can expect to experience in the cup. To make this process a little bit easier of writing everything down, I provided each of you with information cards. They'll have all the cup descriptions, as well as some of the more technical information that we'll be covering later. They have 3 positions, and I'll cue you on when to move the cards into those positions. Hi, Judge, this one's for you. I'll describe each category in the order it appears in your score sheet. And while we do this, I'll begin brewing. So we'll start with the aroma. The aroma of this coffee is intense, beginning with florals, like jasmine and hibiscus, followed by red berries, like raspberry and strawberry. Those floral and red fruit aromas will carry into the flavor. And when the cup is hot, they will present as strawberry and hibiscus tea. When warm, the flavor is a dynamic mix of raspberry, red currant, and limeade. As the coffee cools, the flavors become pomegranate, hibiscus tea, and grape candy. The aftertaste is elegant, and when hot, you will taste raspberry and Earl Grey tea. When warm, it will turn to red wine and 70% dark chocolate. That red wine and dark chocolate will stay present as the coffee cools, with the addition of dried cranberry. The acidity is a medium-high intensity and extraordinarily complex, demonstrating both malic and citric acidities. And while hot, this will be expressed as lime and cotton candy grapes. When the coffee becomes warm, the acidity reminds me of Rainier cherry and orange wine. As the coffee cools, that Rainier cherry settles into dark cherry, along with strawberry. The body of this coffee is round and coating. And when hot, the texture is tea-like. As it becomes warm, the body becomes silky, cooling to be like light juice. Now, this coffee stays well balanced from hot to cool, with complex floral and red berry aromas carrying into the flavor. These flavors are backed up by intense sweetness and dynamic acidity that will elevate the cup, all with a satisfying tactile experience that leads into a sweet and complementary aftertaste that brings you back in for another sip. Now, as we move through the rest, I'll explain and give context for how each of these flavors is achieved by the processing and, importantly, the brewing. Now, judges, I'd like to introduce the coffee you'll be enjoying today. I'm super excited to be brewing for you a Gesha coffee produced by Jameson Savage at Finca de Bora. Located at 1,900 meters above sea level on the mountain of Volcan Baru in Panama. This high elevation, combined with the natural fog and shade of the native rainforest, leads to cool evening temperatures that will extend the fruit's ripening time. This will contribute to your coffee's complex malic and citric acidity. Your coffee was harvested when the cherries were perfectly ripe, measuring at a sugar content of 21 to 24 on the Brix meter. This will provide your cup with a pronounced sweetness. Now from here, the ripest cherries are placed into a hermetically sealed tank for over 100 hours. Over this time, an intracellular fermentation begins to take place within the cherries, creating CO2 that will fill the tank, producing a natural anaerobic environment. During this fermentation, the coffee seeds are absorbing high fruit notes and intense aromatic qualities from the flesh of the cherry. And it's through this extended anaerobic fermentation, the coffee gains its intense aroma and elevated acidity. Finca de Bora refers to this process as symbiosis. That's a reference to the balanced relationship between the flavors imparted from the variety and growing conditions and the characteristics that were elevated through their creative approach to processing. Now, as a brewer, working with such a special coffee is a humbling experience. And this coffee pushed me to leave no variable unexplored and challenge my understanding of how coffee can be brewed. But through hard work and reverence for the effort put into grow and produce your coffee, I created a recipe that is special and unique. Pulling your cards up to the second position, you'll reveal some of these specs that we're about to cover. The brew ratio I used is 1 to 15, expressed as 14 grams of coffee to 210 grams of water in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. I brewed your coffee on a Fella Stag X dripper. I chose to use this dripper for its narrow, flat bottom, and hole structure. The narrow bottom pairs perfectly with my small coffee dose, resulting in a narrow, shallow coffee bed. This, combined with the flat shape, makes it easier to evenly extract each coffee particle, creating more balance and sweetness. The brewer's 10-hole design creates a fast flow rate that will contribute to the intensity and quality of acidity. The coffee was ground medium fine, similar to what is commonly used for cupping. This grind size is critical to achieve your coffee's ideal TDS of 1.5. The particle size distribution of this grind size leads to a very select amount of undissolved coffee particles to be discharged through the filter, resulting in a light juice tactile experience. Now, in my development of this recipe, I came to a realization. The coffee is only 1/15 of the story of my recipe, with 98.5% of the cup I'm about to serve you being water. It was through this revelation that I began to explore my brewing water to see how it too could contribute to the quality of the cup. And it was through this journey that I developed 2 unique water recipes. Both water recipes have a total hardness of 100 parts per million, with the first water containing only magnesium. The second will contain only calcium. Each mineral will contribute to different aspects of the cup. Parts of the cup that will contribute to the fresh fruit acidity and it will increase clarity of flavor, while the calcium works to round out the cup, contributing to balance and structure. Now go ahead and pull your cards up to the third position. I brewed your coffee in 3 pours with 40-second intervals, beginning with a 40-gram bloom, followed by 2 85-gram pours. The first 2 pours were done with the magnesium water at 99 degrees Celsius. The hot water temperature used here will elevate the cup's complexity. And for the final pour, I used the calcium water at 93 degrees Celsius. The lower water temperature used here will help the brew to not over-extract, ensuring the cup stays sweet well into the aftertaste. Now, I'm so excited for you to finally experience this coffee. And to make the experience as amazing as possible, my friend Ben and I designed a set of cups just for this occasion. These cups have lids that will capture and elevate your coffee's aroma, and the sloped walls will enable you to swirl your coffee as you drink. similarly to how you would enjoy wine. All flavor categories, all categories on the score sheet will be evaluated directly from the cup. And Savage are the people that inspire me in this industry, and it's thanks to their hard work and passion that we have coffees like this to enjoy. And it's an honor to be serving their coffee to you all today here in Boston. I hope to see each of you again very soon. This has been awesome. Thank you so much. Time.
All right, all right. Now let's walk over here.
Sick.
We're gonna stand right in front of this camera. We'll look it in its lens.
In the eyes.
Excellent. Hey, how do you feel?
Good. Yeah, that was glad to have it done with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we all know that
Good to be on
feeling.
this side of it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So I have so many questions about all of this.
Totally.
First of all, how's that coffee?
It's very good. It
Man,
is.
I don't doubt that.
It is one of the, if not the craziest coffee I've ever tasted.
Ah, that's wild.
Yeah, it is.
That's wild. What's one of the funnest things about these, isn't it?
Right. It's fun to have an excuse to bring in such a fun, exciting coffee.
Excellent. Well, hey, tell me about these the cups that you're serving it in. These are awesome.
Yeah, my friend Ben Taylor in Richmond, he just graduated the crafts department at VCU, and this is his first commission after graduating. And I think they came out amazing. They do exactly what I wanted them to do, and they look beautiful.
They
Super
look
thankful.
wonderful. I love that. Well, how long did it take you to come up with the recipe that you developed for it?
This is a riff on a recipe that I've been using at home for the past few years.
That's awesome.
At home, I play with water and I use this brewer. So it was a lot of things I was familiar with, and just a matter of tweaking it to the coffee.
Heck yeah, you got a couple different water temperatures,
Right.
water compositions.
Right.
That's insane. So, excellent.
No, thank you.
That's
I
rad. That's
appreciate that.
some huge qualities of being a high quality brewer. So, awesome. Hey, let's all give it up for Matt one more time. Heck yeah. Congrats. Yeah.